JP made it.
Yes, without further ado, our guest today, Gage Green Group.
Right. Here we are.
We have the founders, owners. What do you guys call yourselves? What's the title that you choose?
The hired help. The guy who cleans up dog shit. I'm a jack of all trades, dude.
Cleaning up after Puller all the time.
It's got to be done, you know. No, we're the principal owners, Mike and I. So that's what we are. We're just.
After hearing you speak yesterday, I've been telling everybody I consider you the Yoda of marijuana.
Well, that's
the cannabis Yoda.
Those are some pretty big shoes to fill, pardon the pun.
You're filling them, my man. I'm letting you know first-hand knowledge.
Well, give the power to God, really, because I think God works through us and on every day.
Pay attention, boys.
And so we have that in common because we were sharing our similar, backgrounds and things like that. So where we're coming from.
If we were cool to talk about that, I wanted to ask you how we are. We're cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh sweet, dude. Yeah. So me and you are ex-dope addicts, and it's amazing that this is where we both end up talking about this amazing thing that is just earthly given, all right, that does everything. It cures your ailments. You need a little pick me up or pick me down. It's there for you. It takes care of everything, and it doesn't cause this insane physical dependency. It doesn't turn you into a different person. You're still you. There's so many amazing things about it, and I think God is again what me and you chose to give it up to, right?
Right.
Because life for me and you can get too hectic if we let our brains take over.
Yeah, well, I've been through the school of hard knocks, so I found that whenever I try to think something out and make something happen with Jeff doing the directing, it usually ends up turning to shit. Or I just have a hard time and have to work 3 times as harder to get to where I'm going. But if I turn it over and I say, hey man, I could really use some help, or hey, my goddess, I could use some help, because to me, God is really like, it's not a he or she, it's a power, and it's a loving power that,
Or do you consider it, okay, wow, because I think of it as a being. I do. I think
that's perfectly fine.
Okay.
She hasn't presented herself to me yet. I have a feeling that God has God is more maternal because patriarchal structures seem to be violent, and like the Jehovah of the Old Testament, like I'll slay you if you.
Hey, that's part of what led me into my addictions. I had a stepdad who was abusive as all get out.
Right. So we're not. The God that I know is not abusive at all. The God that I know will help you when you need help and will guide you, and all you have to do is be grateful, give thanks, and be sincere in what you're doing, and it's a miracle, it's miracles every day.
That is the best way, the word that you can bring up to describe it, because I couldn't think of one. Miracle is key.
Miracles happen every day at Gage Green. Mike is so many stories of, the things that it's like metaphysical happening that happens all around us, and it's just things falling into place.
Yeah.
Like this event, this event is falling into place, and to say that, we work our asses off, but to say that I did it all or, we did it all, no, we had a lot of help,
Yeah.
So I think that's what separates us from a lot of people is we give the credit to where it's due, and if more people relied on a higher spirit, their God, whatever, they know it as to get them through rough times and even good times. Giving thanks, the world would be a much better place.
Yeah, I agree. Amen, 100%. Now, do you take in meditation and things like that? Do you think, like that as well?
I clean everywhere I go. I clean areas.
Nice.
I do, I'm always in prayer. And I do what is known as a ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian prayer. And there's 4 things to it. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, and I thank you. And those four words, whenever I go into a room and I remember it, to do it, whenever I'm in a challenging situation, those are it's called cleaning. Clean your area. And that spirit will abound within you. There's things that you can drop, things that you might want, things that you need, and you clean it, you cleanse it with the I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you. You say it silently. You can do that for people that are in trouble too. Silently say that mantra, and it's very, very, very powerful.
It's very positive. I like that.
It hits you. It hits you in your heart.
Yeah, I agree with that cleansing thing. That's what I think I have a hard time doing that. I get wrapped up and spun up in my own head, my own thoughts and my own anxieties.
So do I. And sometimes I forget. And when I forget, it's apparent. I can get really wigged out in high, like situations that are, kind of nerve-wracking. Like being in charge of an event per se.
Yeah.
But like taking a little time and having what I call cleaning, and it's talking to God. It's talking to your higher self, your subconscious, your higher power, and the energies around you. And it's also letting people feel like there's a strong presence around them, a strong healing presence. So I guess because it's Sunday, it's a really good day. I've never really given that up before. I've never really talked to anybody about it. Mike and I, we just do it,
Yeah.
We do it in the hardest situations we've ever had in the last 2 years. And we've really went from, it's just a miracle of what happens. And, I strongly suggest people like you to really learn more about that and get involved with it, because it has the power to do. You're doing God's work through you with it. You're touching people, you're healing people, you're cleaning energy, you're cleansing the area around you. People that don't need to be there will get up and walk away from you, and that's just the way, you change everything around you by doing that.
That's definitely something I need to do, because as my thing is meditation, and it's almost weird, because what you're talking about, how you say you just do it. That's what I need to implement, because I'm the kind of guy where I wake up at 7 a.m. every day and go, okay, I get from 7 until 8 a.m. or whenever I get interrupted by a phone call or something. That's my meditation.
First thing I do in the morning when I wake up is I say those words, and I say them over and over again, because I know when I wake up, and I'm not going to go back to sleep, because all I can do is think about the challenges that I'm going to have. So in order to start my day, that's what I really, I just cleanse everything with that. And it's the beauty of it is it's not hard to do. It's very, very easy to do. So even like, I'll tell you the truth, I do it like when I lose my car keys or something. And, I always find them, or when something needs to be, I feel just needs to be brought to God's attention. So those are just some of the things that Gage Green is trying to bring into the world, because we all have issues, and we all are road. You know, we're humans.
Yeah.
You know, we're part of the human race, and part of being human is, you know, you make mistakes. And what do? You get up and you do it. We don't give up. You know, you make a mistake and you learn from it. You know.
That's right, 100%. You're never giving up thing. That's part of my thing. Is I got it tattooed on me. Never lose your vision.
Right.
Because you know, the end of the show, you're gonna say, even if you lose your sight, never lose your vision. Because I mean, I think waking up is a struggle for me. Because people have heard this thing from me a million times now running the show. When I sleep, I dream and I see everything. When I wake up, it's gone, and I get into this. My brain sends into this panic immediately waking up. Right? A big reason I use this to calm my brain. By the way, would you like?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's part of my meditation in the morning. I take that me time, but I think I need to do more of what you do, and at any moment, in anything, seize that opportunity where it's like, if I could sit there and chill and learn to overcome, man, I might get better outcomes on this than what I've been expecting. You know, even expecting becomes a burden, because expectations are predetermined resentment.
Right. That's a good one.
That's a real, yeah, I learned that in rehab. For sure. But how long have you guys been running this company together in total?
Well, Mike has been here for about 10 years.
Nice.
And I started the company about 12 years ago.
Beautiful.
So I had the foundation, but I think it really started going strong when Mike joined.
Yeah. When you started, was it just a single operation, like what, a little room or something?
Yeah, it was just me, and you know, I had Harborside and Attitude in the client, and then all my Bay Area, California clients. You know, and so Mike was able to start us with the marketing, and, you know, basically the foundation of what we do today. Although, you know, we're all getting better at what we do, you know, all the time.
Day in and day out.
Right. So, you know, our vision is clearer now than it was 10 years ago.
I always tell people that I'm like, my vision is clearer now than when I had eyes, dude.
Right.
I know exactly what I want out of life now.
Yeah.
And that's just like with you guys, how you were saying yesterday, like, I believe you were saying that you were like, you guys will never settle. Why ever settle for anything subpar in life?
Right.
Not even just process. You know? Why with anything? Which is, again, Waldo is one of those people that he's like, no, if I work hard for my money, I want to enjoy what I get to do with my money. And it's not even just so far as money, but with what you were saying, with God, with life, the things that you reap and reward out of it, even long term, and just how you feel internally, that can change not only just you and the people around you, but the world, man.
Yeah.
That can go global, and that's huge.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to, you know, we feel that our mission is to help people, like we were talking about yesterday. So, that's narrowing it down, it's a very spiritual existence, to be on that mission, because there's a lot of give and take, there's a lot of value assessment that you have to do, like I like nice things, I like my nice home, but I need to do other things besides just collect a bunch of shit.
Yes.
I need to help people. It grounds me.
Yeah.
If I have the worst problem in the world, if I'm feeling like shit, and somebody says, hey Jeff, can you help me with this? I got this problem. And I help them with it, or make an attempt, dude, it takes all my stuff off of me, it takes all my problems off of me, So the saying I used to go, that I used to have, and I still do, of course, but I haven't used it. Like, if you're feeling bad, go help somebody else. You're feeling short in your life, go help somebody. Take your mind off some shit. Feeling lonely, go help somebody. I used to volunteer at soup kitchens. I used to deliver Christmas presents at, to seniors in the Bay Area.
You and Waldo remind me a lot of each other. He's like, or even and Cooch, man, all you fucking dudes, man. You're like, man, I'm a real dick sometimes in my personal shit, but like, hey, I can help out a blind guy. And then Waldo comes out and dispenses his money and time. Cooch invests all of his gear, equipment, and expertise. Everything. And this Jake is the most recent addition to this now. So it's something that he's in now. And it was like Jake even started off as a paid worker of the show. And then I was like, dude, I can't afford it, man. Like, if you want to stay part of it, that's on you. And look, there he is, still sitting here doing the thing. Yeah, it's incredible. And those feelings that you get, like you said, it's almost like a sponge that just allows you to be like, wash some of this dirt off me, and I can start the day fresh today.
Yeah, I mean, old timers, when they said things like, I felt bad that I didn't have a pair of shoes until I saw a guy that didn't have any feet,
Right.
Just be grateful, but I think helping another person is the best way to show that gratitude.
Oh, yeah. Because you definitely feel like you did something, though.
Right.
I mean, you actually accomplished something with by putting yourself aside, You're not being selfish about. I mean, everybody's selfish because they have to take care of themselves, in ways, I feel. But,
it's
to actually
the
help,
golden rule.
Right, to actually help someone, though, to put aside being selfish for that is actually, it feels good. People that do it, they feel good about it,
Exactly. So you got to look out for yourself, and you may feel a little dirty about some of the things you had to do, but if you're feeling that way, or if you're down on yourself about it, then go help somebody. Like, what's a better way to amend?
That's where it's all at.
100%. So you guys started 12 years ago, and Mike jumps in. You guys what was it like 10 years ago? Because was it like social media? Was that like a main focal point? Or was it getting your stuff out to all these dispensaries and pushing the organic message? Like, what was it?
That's a good question. So when I first joined, I had already been pushing Jeff's cannabis, just the flower itself. I didn't really know too much about the seeds at all, but when I joined him, I was turned on to this whole world of seeds, genetics, clones, heirloom cuts, F1 hybrids, inbred lines. All this stuff was just brand new to me, and Jeff took the time to educate me and gave me a world-class insight on something that he had done the research into, and he had basically made himself a part of this culture of having the best cannabis genetics and growing the best quality organically. So he was way ahead of his time back then. So you
guys are ahead of your time right now. What the fuck?
Right. Yeah, top growers and shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, we're a step ahead for sure.
I definitely have questions about that.
But I'll give the power to God with that too. God keeps us a step ahead.
Hey, because you guys give back though too. You guys give back so much. The knowledge between everything. Man.
Yeah, Mike can attest to that. How much we give back. I mean,
Yeah, you give to receive, so it all comes back full circle. And so, yeah, earlier you were talking about, helping others. We live in a society where most people just think about helping themselves, but you have to help others because you can't really help yourself if people around you are struggling, and you won't ever be happy or healthy or at your full potential if your family and your people are sick. And so it's really kind of a giving back, and also we've been turned on to a lot of cutting edge techniques and knowledge and wisdom that other people have been gracious enough to share with us. And so it's really because we would like that to continue, we do the same to others.
So speaking of that, as I was flipping through your Instagram and stuff, I noticed a couple of hashtags that really caught my eye. And I have a friend back home and he and I had like an hour-long discussion about it. So it's something about funguses and like, do you guys synergistically grow these with like some type of mushroom or something? Like,
Yeah, there's bacteria, fungus, and
the living soil,
in our soil, and
Got
we
it.
actually go a step further and we inoculate our soil, and we also feed it mushroom nutrition.
That's awesome. Wow. So how'd you guys get into that? What got you hip?
Well, we just do unto your plant as you would like to be treated. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
as you treat yourself, and as we advanced in learning about natural healing with cannabis and with other herbs and with other methods, food, nutrition, lifestyle, way of thinking, way of envisioning, way of holding posture. All these things matter, and so when we discovered these things, we discovered a lot of it translated as well to the plant, and so basically we started applying a lot of the things we knew to the plant, and vice versa. Some of the best practices that we learned from the plant we are using on ourselves. So that's really kind of the philosophy or the mentality.
That's awesome, dude. I know that there are people back home that are going to be like stoked to hear about that.
Yeah. So we love mushrooms, right? We eat it. We use it. We've learned about the beneficial aspects of having probiotics and beneficial microbes in your environment, and so we put that all together. We use some of the best herbs. Yeah, we use some of the strongest mushroom extracts out there on our plants because we discovered how potent it was for ourselves. Beautiful things like that.
Beautiful. And everything you guys have done, so when you came into this, and you found out all about these clones and these genetics and phenomes and all these new things, this is like what I'm stumbling into.
Right.
So like, I'm almost in sensory overload about all of it. Like I don't even know. I'm still learning. I'm like, what makes it a pheno 2 or whatever? I'm like,
Right.
I'm not hit, man. So like, how is it for you? How long did it take to really grasp and like get yourself full-fledged into this?
Well, it just depends on how deep you go, right? But I know I was able to learn it, a lot of it directly through Jeff and my own research online. Jeff was obviously able to pick it up himself, like self-taught for the most part. He had a mentor, and like the idea is that this is one of the most exciting aspects of cannabis. You know, besides smoking it and growing it, actually being a part of creating it or being a part of continuing it. And so we're just I don't know. I learned it pretty quick because I had a good teacher, but it just depends on you. A lot of the information's out there. Yep.
Yeah, I think we've relearned how to grow a couple times just because, well, like recently Mike has been teaching me how to do things better and with living soil.
Beautiful.
So I might have been organic for a lot of years, but we've introduced the mushrooms into our regime and the sea minerals and several things that are just taking our stuff to a different level, And plus, I think that the spiritual growth that we've undergone has really empowered both our gardens in a major way. Just getting closer to the Creator, and
Is it like different than many other? You guys are very hands-on growers, aren't you?
Right.
Yeah, and when I guess if somebody sees something that you guys are working on, how do they know the difference of something that you guys work on versus when they see the picture of it in a grow house where it's something with a bunch of tubes connecting and there's all these electronics everywhere and regulators and.
Yeah, we do everything we can and everything we can think of to create a healthy, holistic environment that's good for plants and people. So we incorporate everything we know about creating an organic, clean space. And so we don't use any chemicals. We have orgone. We have probiotics. We use right. So it's a spiritual tool.
They take all that in.
But it's actually also, scientific. Like there's these certain sulfur type terpenes that kill everything it touches. So like 99% of all the airborne pathogens are gotten rid of if you burn sage.
I did not know that.
Wow, I didn't
So
either.
that's kind of
I
like.
really did not know.
Now, can you imagine perhaps there's a connection between having a dirty or pathogenic environment and having demons or having bad entities around?
Yeah,
Definitely.
that makes total sense. I had my Mari read yesterday.
Oh, how was that?
It was an experience,
We did a
friend.
podcast on it.
Yeah, tell me about it. I actually heard it from Carol told me a little bit about it.
Waldo brought her on the show and had her do my Mari right here live, and it was an experience because she had never done it with a blind person.
Right.
So for her and these guys to sit around and see like me pick these colors and draw my what's it called, a mandala?
Yeah.
And then like I would pick these color cards and I would match them up and there's no way I was cheating. Like
A lot of the shit he drew and the colors were
And
like,
the patterns that were on the cards, that like he can't see the patterns on the cards. He was just picking them by like feeling.
yeah, I would feel
out
them
the
and be like,
card.
this is a good card, and then hand it to her.
Yeah, she was saying that they were like the same designs and stuff.
Yeah, it was so crazy, dude. We were all like in shock, like kind of nervously laughing, like, oh, no way. Yeah, straight up.
Never lose your vision, JP.
Yeah, everything's connected,
We've had so many weird, like, full circle, like, just things that have happened, like, even coming down to, like, the Murphy bed, and then, like, Murphy's Law came on our podcast yesterday, and then his last name was Murphy, and, like, it was this, like, weird bang, 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 and it was like, how did that all happen? This is sweet. Just little things like that, and accumulate to, like, that makes the whole weekend cool. And just a beautiful thing to be a part of. And what does the future hold for Gage Green, man? You guys obviously pushing the industry standard as always, but what's the future hold?
Well, right now, we're looking for opportunities in all over the world, actually, with like-minded people. So, and we know we've been discussing working with different people for some time. And, we're going to find the right people. It's just a matter of time. But we have a pretty big vision of where we want to be. And high-end retail, showing our other work, some of the things we come up with, getting more into art, but having our unique vision put out more worldwide. And I know Mike can elaborate more on that because he's really working on getting us there. And we are meeting a lot of pretty cool people. So
I really like also where the kind of like these events where I feel like we're able to kind of blend a mix of the culture with community. Like we have glass here, music, and herb, that we can create a show that's basically like focused maybe even just around Gage Green and our friends, and create an experience for people that's really focused on just giving and healing. And I actually envision the whole world transforming in a way that aligns with our vision, and that actually will get rid of the old stuff that doesn't benefit humanity. I want to be part of the change that makes and puts that good stuff together,
Of the 2020 Organic Cup. How y'all doing today?
Alright, man, I think that's our time to get this thing wrapped up back there. Let me,
That was a great way to end it, though.
yeah,
Definitely.
well, don't end it yet. We're still gonna sign
I
up.
was saying,
But
like, that was a great way to
hey, you know what?
put it out.
Thank you guys. We'll talk more later. Like I said, I want to get you back on the show where I can run a full interview with you guys and dive real deep into it.
You'd be
But
honored.
last night, I did have that experience of getting to try some of you guys' stuff. And it's changing the way I smoke and think about cannabis. That's for sure. So,
Glad to have you.
yeah, I don't ever want to smoke some bullshit where I can go. That's got some chemicals and that's like too strong of this, and man, it was just, yeah, there's nothing that I can even compare it to. That's all I can say about it. And I want to thank you guys so much for having us out. It's been incredible out here this weekend. Please tell people where they can find you.
See our Facebook, Instagram is Gage Green Group. That's GAGE Green Group. And you can go to our website, www.gagegreengroup.com, and check us out. We got a lot of good stuff.
Beautiful, yeah, you do. Everybody who sends us stuff from your Instagram page, the story of the flowers and stuff that you guys put out, but those are always getting reshared from us. All right,
Thank you.
definitely the new fave. All right, we love it, and we're gonna keep coming back to Michigan to keep getting it. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Swallow.
Yo.
What's going on?
No, I just said thanks.
Oh, I thought you said
thank you
James, and I was like, what did I miss?
Thank you guys.
Sorry, I said thanks.
No,
Hey.
thank you.
You know what? Shouts to Fog Vapery.
Shout out to Fog Vapery, 21446 Lorraine Road, Fairview Park. That's in Cleveland, Ohio. They'll hook you up if you tell them the Wake and Make sense. You get 10% off your entire purchase. Get in there. They got a full line of CBD products. We're gonna have to bring some CBD back from Michigan for those guys, man. Throw it up in the shop for them. But yeah, you get out there, tell them the Wake and Make sense. You get 10% off your whole purchase, man. Thank you guys. And then Swaldo.
Yo,
Thanks for bringing us out, man.
very happy to, man. My pleasure.
Tell people they can find you.
You guys can catch me on Instagram at Party with Waldo, or you can check out my fitness content at Fitness with Swaldo, SWOLEDO. Find Jake and I's car content over at Metal to the Pedal. That's MEDDLE.
Fuck yeah. Speaking of Jake Pastor, JP made it.
What up, what up?
What up, dude? Hey, tell people they can find you, bro.
You can find me anywhere at Jake Pastor Audio or JAYPCLE, baby.
Beautiful. And then Don Cooch,
Yo, what up?
my dude, you ready to start smoking out?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready, bro.
Oh yeah, me too, my dude. It's about time for us to get to the point like I was yesterday where I could barely run an interview.
Yeah, let's do
Dude,
it.
by the end of the day, I was like,
Already stoned.
oh my god, dude, by the end of the last interview yesterday with Murphy's Law, I was like, you guys know where you can find us. Oh, fuck, I can't even remember where you can find us. Set the mic down. But Don Coach, tell people where they can find you, my
You can find
dude.
me at Don_KOOCH on Instagram.
Hell yeah, hit them up for all your recording needs, man. You guys know you can
Yup.
find us on Instagram. That's at the Wake and Bake OH. That's the Wake, letter N, Bake OH on Instagram. On Facebook and YouTube, you can watch us. That's at the Wake and Bake with Blind James. Also listen on your phone or smart speaker on your favorite streaming platform. Give it up to listen in your car while you're driving, while you're smoking in the morning, dude. It's the Wake and Bake. Have fun with it. Then pop over to patreon.com/blindjames. Hook it up with that donation. You can help us keep our show afloat. Keep bringing you dope-ass interviews like the one we just brought you today from Michigan with Gage Green Group. Again, thank y'all for stopping by, Waking and Baking. And remember, even if you lose your sight, never lose your vision. Peace.
Thank you for waking and baking.